Okay, I have the carbon plate wrapped in Cellgard, or alleged Cellgard, but on 2.7 volts, 4 milliamps is going into the cell 3 now, and nothing comes out. It's like that is not Cellgard, it's like a piece of plastic. Wonder if it's like fake Cellgard. Is that how Cellgard's supposed to work? Or maybe does it go on the zinc plate? I don't think there's nothing going on with that separator. Alright, I'll see how it goes. This will go on this video and I'll do the recording on the next lot. Alright, hi there all. I'm not having much luck with this Cellgard. It's Cellgard 2400 for lithium batteries. It could be fake Cellgard. It's hard to find Cellgard actually. You get a lot of dodgy websites. I got this on eBay. I'm getting voltage spikes for some reason. It's been on charge for 43 and the voltage charge was 2.45 volts. I had no luck with the Cellgard wrapped around the carbon electrode, so I wrapped the Cellgard around the zinc, and it seems to be a little bit better. You get 5 milliamps out of it instead of 2. So I'll just disconnect the charge. I don't think it's going to work that well. Something wrong with that Cellgard. I'll connect the data logger. Okay, we're at 2 volts. Disconnect the monitor and 10 milliamp load, and it will probably not run. Oh, sort of runs, but not as well as the paper towel version. So it's a bit of improvement. It's been soaking in there. It wouldn't run when it was wrapped around the carbon pad though. Alright, I'll let that run and see what we get. Okay, as you can see with the Cellgard, our performance is way down. We get 2 milliamp hours or 1 milliwatt hour and only 11-minute runtime on a 43-minute charge. The voltage has bounced back to 1.5. I'll see if it's got any charge left, but so it somewhat does run again, but limited. So I don't know what the Cellgard's doing. It's not doing very well. Paper towel performs a bit better. That's the Cellgard's actually 25 micrometers. So I guess I probably won't use the Cellgard, I guess, because it's pretty limiting. I'll just stop this. See if it's actually got any. Change that to 30 milliamps just for a try. Doubt it if it's going to do anything. And that stops, tries to get 15, and that's about it. So yeah, that's the Cellgard version of the cell. It works a bit better when the Cellgard's wrapped around the zinc plate than it does with it being wrapped around the carbon plate. And the carbon looks pretty brand new still, and the zinc as well. Sort of the chemistry's not dirtying any of the surfaces, and there's no damage to the carbon. So I'll go back to the paper towel and keep charging and see how long actually we get, sort of how long the cell actually lives for. So well, thanks for watching. Well, I thought I'd give it another charge at a higher voltage since it's a lithium membrane which can take 5 volts or more. The voltage is set on the charger is 3.2, slowly went up to 5, it went up and then it went down and then it's going up again. And the milliamps is it's sort of increasing. It started off like at 18, it's gone to 23. Did that just drop or go up the voltage? Oh yeah, it's sort of going up, so I'll keep it on, oh it's fluctuating. I'll keep it on for a bit. We're nearly at an hour, so I'll maybe go for longer, see what happens. Got nothing to lose. Alright, I'll be back. Oh, we're dropping in voltage again now. Okay, we've been on charge for an hour and 20 minutes, 23 minutes. It's at 3.5 volts and looking, it's still fluctuating. So I'll disconnect the charge, stop the monitoring, and we'll see if we get longer than 11 minutes on a run. I'll just connect data logger. Okay, data logger's connected, and we'll start our run. 10 milliamps again. Okay, we dropped pretty fast. Alright, I'll see how long we get. I'm going to try a 5 volt charge after this one. Interesting, the voltage keeps going down and then popping back up. You watch. See? It does still drop, but it pops up and then drops and then pops up and then goes down again. Interesting effect. Alright, 9 minutes now. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, it's been sitting around for at least 2 hours now to recover to 1.5. I had to go out. It ran for 42 minutes and delivered 7 milliamp hours, 4 milliwatt hours. Not too bad. I'll try a 5 volt charge this time and for about an hour and see if that actually increases it. So the extra charge, the higher the voltage for this, with the Cellgard going on, must be a bit better. It's got to penetrate the Cellgard maybe. Alright, I'll set it all up and get a charge going. Okay, the 5 volt charge seems to be generating some bubbles down at the bottom of the cell. It's been charging for a half hour and the milliamps has increased to 107 milliamps and the voltage is dropping, so might leave it at 29 minutes of a charge. I don't want to sort of damage the cell at the moment, not quite yet. Might stick to the 3.5 volt charging perhaps and do a longer charge time, so we'll disconnect it from the charger. Voltage seems to be up. I'll just connect the leads to the other end of the data logger. Okay, I'll stop the monitoring and we'll start our 10 milliamp discharge. Voltage is slightly higher with the higher charge, 2.2. Starting the test now. Alright, we'll see if that performs any better with a higher charge. Might be too high a charge. I don't want to damage that cell yet. Alright, I'll let that do its thing and I'll get back. Okay, I'm back. The higher cell charge actually performed much better than the 3.5 volts for the less of the time. We got 53 minutes, nearly 54 minutes runtime and 7 milliwatt hours and 9 milliamp hours. So that's an increase. on that with the higher charge, and voltage bounced back at 0.9 and still increasing. The other one had like 2 hours to increase back up. This one's only been idle for about 5 minutes or more, probably a bit longer. I haven't checked the time on the video. So there you go. I'll leave it for tonight, let it stay in the water tomorrow and see what happens. I'll give it another, not sure if I should increase the charge time on the 5 volts or go back to 3.5 and have a 2-hour charge or something like that. I guess I'll see if it bounces back to 1.5 tomorrow and take it from there. Alright, till then. Hi there, I'm back. It's been 3 days with the Cellgard in the zinc electrolyte, 1 molar, and the 5 volt seems to liberate some of the zinc. See it trying to get into the membrane or getting out of that membrane. It's folded around, if you can see that. So the Cellgard is actually wrapped completely around the zinc plate and then folded up around the bottom there. And that little patch over there is starting to ooze up and go towards the zinc plate with a 5 volt charge. The cell holds a charge overnight. It was charged up yesterday with a 4 volt charge. Currently, I gave it a test today, a short circuit, so that's probably why that's down a bit. Maybe it's 1.4, but on a short circuit test, it was doing 90. Yeah, it still has 90 milliamps, dropping fast. It was 90, but drops pretty quickly. And voltage bounce back slow. That's an improvement because it only delivered 5 milliamps on a short circuit the first time I had the Cellgard connected. So I'll charge it up with 4 volts. I think I've wrecked the cell, I'm not sure, I haven't pulled it apart, but yesterday on a 5 volt charge it went up to 600 milliamps and the cell actually started getting heat, so I think zinc dendrite's gone through to the carbon plate. Not sure on that because the cell's still sort of half working-ish. This next charge we'll sort of see if it does actually deliver its 7 milliwatt hours or whatever it was. Alright, so I'll charge it up and I'll get back. I've just connected the cell to the charger. It's 3.8 volts, 127 milliamps. That's way up on what it started off at with that Cellgard wrapped around it. And probably do about 30 minutes to an hour on charge, I think, or depending on what happens here. If it starts to increase too much, I'll just stop and come back and we'll do a discharge. Alright, till then. Oh, we dropped in voltage there. And we're raising rapidly now and sort of fluctuating. It may be shorting out. Not quite sure. Alright. Okay, the cell's been on charge for 34 minutes, so I'll just disconnect the charge and connect the data log at the other end. Okay, we're at 1.8 volts and we're ready for a 10 milliamp discharge. We'll see how that runs. It just went up to 1.9. Oh yeah, dropping now. Alright, seems to be holding okay actually. Alright, I'll let that do its thing and I'll report back. Okay, 15 minutes into the run and looks like it's holding pretty well for a cell that I thought I burnt out. Not sure if the stuff is dissipating as it discharges. Still looks about the same. We'll keep an eye on that bit there. Maybe that will change, start dissolving back or something. I'd hate to see what the zinc plate looks like in there then. Voltage is holding strong, I think. It's not dropping as fast. Well, sort of. Alright, next update. Okay, the cell's just finished its run. It would have got about 54 minutes like before. I forgot to have a cutoff voltage, so it keeps running. It was running down to 7 milliamps or something silly like that. So the cell's consistent, even though the higher charge somehow damaged that. I think that's grown, and that might be the only bonding where the cell's connected through that tube where the zinc's coming out of, maybe. That's why the higher milliamp reading, perhaps it's not going through the Cellgard, maybe it's going just through there. Only guess. So yeah, the cell's consistent. I might make that. Don't forget, this stuff's the contaminated with the metal stir bar. I'm still waiting on my stir bars. The voltage is bouncing up slowly. I've still got the monitor on. And yeah, so when I get the new stir bars, we'll compare the proper material with the contaminated material and work on the cell design, I guess. Looks like it's pretty consistent, so yeah, not a bad cell. It doesn't deliver a lot of power, but could be the carbons aren't that great. The feather carbon might need to be activated in something, and that, and yeah. Alright, so that would do for this video, and I'll keep charging and discharging it until I get my stir bars and see how long the cell actually lives for, and then we'll make another video of how pulling it apart and see the damage of the cell. So alright, until then, thanks for watching.